All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again on the other side of the coin. First of all, I hope you guys enjoyed that watch along Ishan and I just did. I definitely did enjoy, but obviously would have enjoyed if we won, but it was a colossus defending effort. So I'm so happy, so proud of this Chelsea team, so proud of the way we defended in that second half. But I have to say that the game was ruined by the referee. That's what I took away from that particular match. And this is where we're going to start the conversation. But before we do that, obviously, live chat, smash the like button, get those likes up straight away. Today, let's not beat around the bush. Really, annoyed at how that match went. Obviously, very happy. At the end, we ended up still getting a draw from Anfield. But please, the only way you can cheer me up is smash the like button, get those likes up. Ishan, we're going to start from that whole Anthony Taylor situation. That's, I think, is the place to start. Live chat, let us know as well what you thought about that handball red card. I mean, Ishan, I was just looking at post-match conversation with Michael Owen and Glenn Hoddle, and they were saying exactly what we were saying live, that Anthony Taylor looked at a still picture. He literally went to the video camera and he saw a still picture, and the still picture shows that the ball hitting the hand only. He does not see what happened before it and after it. He just saw a still picture and he made a decision like that. You can't just, and we've seen this issue so many times, Ishan, that if you can't just look at a still situation, because by looking at a still situation, you think, oh, it looks so bad. But you have to look at how it all transpired. It hit his leg, then it bounced off and hit his arm, and he wasn't even looking to hit it. It was just a natural reaction because it hit his leg and it got up. How has he made a decision just on a still picture? I don't know what. Don't VAR look at the whole video process? Like, don't they see the sequence? I mean, what do you think about that, man?
Nah, I mean, that's what is questionable about VAR, isn't it? I mean, if despite having a VAR, if the decision is given wrong, I mean, what's the point of having VAR in the first place then? If the referee's ending up not using the technology to its fullest.
And bro, what's the point of just having a still picture?
Yeah, I mean, look, first of all, the referee did not, in that midst of that turmoil, did not see that actual thing, whatever transpired. It was the responsibility of the referee to, watch the whole scenario even when the first shot was shot in the target, right from there till the shot was taken away out of the box. He had to look at the whole scenario and then focus on the scenario when it hit his hand. That guy, Anthony Taylor. Oh my!
Why didn't he ask the VAR? Can I see roll the footage?
He didn't want it to miss. He didn't want it to, because he's Anthony Taylor. He just went there. He just went there for just complimentary. He just went there for a show off. He wanted to give that red card.
He wanted to give a red before the VAR. He just wanted to give the red.
100%. It is quite evident. I mean, which referee does not see a video completely and give away a red card? Even if you're given a penalty and maybe a yellow card, it would have been a little bit understandable. We could have taken that. But you're seeing a still image. This man, Anthony Taylor, my days miss. He is shocking, absolute. And this is not the first time. This guy has got a good history with Chelsea. Shocking history with Chelsea. This guy is shambles, absolutely shambles.
It's definitely not the first time. He's screwed us over many times before. I'm pretty sure the FA Cup loss that we had against Arsenal, a few seasons back, that was Anthony Taylor as well. So, and that was where Kovacic ended up getting a red card for literally doing nothing wrong. Doing nothing wrong. When in fact it was Xhaka that actually should have been red carded.
And the thing here is, Miss, I think so, talking about the rules here, right? People are talking about the rules, and very rightly so. I think so. In the watch along, it was Alex who came up and dictating us the rules that, in that situation where you're blocking the goal, if it hits your hand directly, that's for sure a penalty for the first time, right? Mm-hmm. If it hits your hand and you're not intentionally moving your hand and blocking the ball, it's definitely not a red card. You might go for a yellow, but it's definitely not red. First thing. Second thing is that it's not a penalty if the ball hits your body first and then your hand. It's not a penalty.
Because it's
It's
ricocheting. It's ricocheting from your body
yeah.
into your, like, you didn't mean it.
Yeah, you didn't. But from this scenario, we could see, one thing that Reece James maybe shouldn't have done is that he just flared his hand up, right? He maybe just, this is natural reaction of
But it
human
was a
being.
natural reaction.
Yeah, but it didn't look good. That means he might be avoiding the goal. Fine, even if you've given a penalty with that standpoint, we would have understood a bit. But a red, with you're looking a still image in the VAR and you're giving a red, that is absolutely stupid from this referee. Absolutely shocking, man. I would have if he would have looked the whole scenario and maybe given a penalty and then nothing else, I would have accepted it, digested it maybe, because a referee can make that kind of decision where it's hit the arm so close to the goal and he's maybe shoving it off. He might have given a penalty, fine, but a red card after looking a still image does not make a simple sense. I mean, no ways that was a red card.
Man, so disappointing. Just want to quickly read out this super chat. To the live chat, whoever is there as a moderator, just block him. I'm just blocking these spammers left, right, and center. Gabriel, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. It's a shame the narrative is us being defensive when we could have been 3-0 up. Mount should have passed twice in for tap-ins. Jobs worth ref unjust. Yeah, man, 100%. The referee ruined the game, ruined a blockbuster game, honestly. And Ishan, I mean, before the red card happened, as we were leading up to the end of first half, we looked in no trouble. We looked in no trouble against them. They were trying to go long. They were trying to spread the balls out wide. But we were defending as well. We were defending. There was just the one chance, Ishan, which was Harvey Elliott, who the ball fell for him inside the box and he went for a shot, but he skied the shot. He skied the shot anyway. So we scored the goal. We started the half. We were strong, as we said, Ishan, in the watch along, that absorb the pressure the first 15 minutes. Absorb it, and your time will come. We're getting back into the match. We got that corner. Shout out to Kai Havertz, man. I mean, brilliant header. Let's talk about that goal from Kai Havertz. I mean, this player, we've said, since the end of last season, he was picking up nice and brilliantly. Obviously, gets that goal, one of the most important goals for Chelsea history. The second time we win the Champions League. This season, he started off really well as well. And brilliant goal from that corner. Nice finish with his back, with the header going back. And Alisson had absolutely no chance, man. What do you think about that goal?
Nah, wonderful, man, wonderful. Kai Havertz had a brilliant game, and I'm sorry that he had to get sacrificed after the red card that Reece James got, because we had to add a defensive player, and because that guy was oozing with confidence, and knowing the fact that he had bigger bodies in front of him with the likes of Matip, Fabinho, and Virgil van Dijk. He was very confident with his pass. The chances that he get, I mean, even off the ball, he was really good. But that goal, I mean, it was so important to us, and we would have won this game easily. We could have won this game, and this would have been a winner for me. I think so that I would take this as a win. I would take this.
I'm taking it as a win, man, because Ishan, 11v11. I'm just watching Jurgen Klopp talk now. Yeah, he's saying it's a clear penalty.
It is. Maybe from
I'm just seeing what he has to say about the red card. See, he's not saying much about the red card. Just say, then it's a red card, so on and so forth. Didn't make it easy for us. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. Yeah, man. For me, even I've got the prayer sounding at the background. Even with the red card, we defended so well. I just want to quickly read this out. Harry, a shout out to Harry. Harry's a Liverpool fan. Solid game, Miz. We should have capitalized on the red card, which I think was a red due to the denying of a clear goal with his hand. Liverpool need an attacker to replace Shaqiri. I think, look, I don't think it was a red because of denying of a clear goal. If you see it, penalty, fine. I'm happy with the penalty because it was a handball. But the red card, it hit his leg and then it bounced off to his hand. It wasn't his natural, you know, it's an instinct to go like that at that point. He did not intentionally want to stop the ball. And for me, the penalty is okay, but the red card is where I have an issue. And Reece James at that up until then, Ishan was having a very good game as well. Got that assist. I mean, now this
Yeah,
guy is going to
yeah.
miss out on 3 games. That's so unfair,
Oh,
Ishan, man.
that hurts so much, man. He was having a very good game. He got that assist, and he was so dominating in that defense as well. He absolutely neutralized Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane was not even visible until Reece James got sent off. So I mean, hats off to Reece James. He got such a good start against Arsenal game as well, and coming up here in Anfield, getting that assist, and being very solid defensively as well. And that red card absolutely shattered everything, man. I mean, I'm so gutted. This is definitely not a red card. Absolutely not. I mean, uh, but the harsh fact here is he has to miss 3 games, and that's where it's so hurting me because he was on such a good role, on such good form that 3 games is huge.
But
It's huge for this guy.
unnecessarily a red card.
Yeah,
I mean, these sort of things really stop a player's momentum. But I'm in full belief in Reece James. He's going to come back and he's going to take the position as a right wing back. I think it's safe to say, Sean, he is the number 1 right wing back for us at the moment. I mean, the
yeah,
way Thomas Tuchel is utilizing him and asking him to be more attacking.
yeah,
I've got no issues with that defensively as well. He's helping out massively. It's just
yeah,
a unlucky situation that happened. I mean, up until then, we were defending very well.
yeah,
And that's just an odd sort of situation that happened. And it can happen anytime. We could have got away with it. It just hurts that it happened just before halftime. If we just managed
yeah,
to see that off, then we could have gone away at halftime and
yeah,
regathered and could have seen them through, because I don't think Liverpool was at all troubling us. Let's talk about the second half a little bit. I mean, Sean, I'm
yeah.
so proud of our team, man. The way we defended.
Oh,
Liverpool, they had no chance, bro. They had no chance.
yeah, 100%, man. You've watched me and watched along. I was sweating my backsides off because the way Liverpool pressurized us in the first half. With
Yeah.
Reece James, we could absorb that. But one man down, and this Liverpool attack, this pressure, this high line. Oh my days! I thought we were gone. I
It was tough to
literally
watch the
thought.
second half. It was tough
Yeah,
because
I
it was
thought it
all
was.
Liverpool.
And also, Miz, looking at the recent Thomas Tuchel's era, we've seen our squad break down against West Brom after that
Yeah.
Thiago Silva red card. We absolutely got clobbered against West Brom. Also in the Super Cup final, once Ziyech was taken out due to injury,
Yeah.
we were very shaky. We were very shaky. The
Yeah.
whole chemistry of the team just got crumbled down. And out of nowhere, it felt like we were going down. Thankfully, we had a halftime then, and we really
Gathered,
took ourselves
regrouped.
up, regrouped, recollected ourselves, and had a good game. But this, I mean, I thought it was gone because first of all, we are in Anfield. We were not at Stamford Bridge. We are in Anfield. The whole stadium is against us, and we've got this red card under our name. We're one man down against this high line Liverpool, high pressurizing Liverpool. I was so tensed. I just wish that we didn't break down. You know what I mean? But I mean, the boys, the way they showed up, the heart, the leadership skills that we have on the pitch with the likes of
Brilliant,
Thiago
bro.
Silva, who came up in the halftime. Also, we've got Aspilicueta, Jorginho. What a match! What a man this guy is. Also, Lukaku up front. He's just boosting the whole confidence to a different new level. Great shout out to Marcus Alonso. What a match
Big game from
again!
Marcus Alonso.
What
Big game.
people were putting Chilwell there, but look at what Marcus Alonso did. Absolutely neutralized Mohamed Salah many
Yeah.
times. Many times. Aerially, there was no threat when we're having Marcus Alonso there, because he was aerially absolutely dominant there, did not give any chance to Mohamed Salah to cruise in with those aerial through balls. So big shout out to Marcus Alonso as well. What a game he had. Or and Kovacic after coming up, what a splendid performance by Kovacic. It's not easy. It's never easy. When you have that high pressurizing game, Liverpool, transition after transition, attacks after attacks, Liverpool are giving it to us. And with Kante getting injured in the mid, there was Kovacic coming on, and it was not easy for Kovacic to gel up that quickly, and gather the whole dynamism of the game that quickly. But that guy did so good, and especially in the part of that he was there in double pivot, it was so important for him to perform good, take us from those very grueling situations, and the, have a creation there a little bit in the midfield to go out there and make a chance of an attack. Kovacic did splendid. I mean, what an overall match that we have. Second half, that the way that we defended this 1-1, I'll take it as a draw, and I'm so proud of this team. I'm so confident in this team. We can beat anybody in this world.
100%. Declared is going out there, handing out the link to a petition for banning Anthony Taylor. Declared, can you put the message together in the one message, and I'm going to pin it. And we need to do this. Because this guy has screwed us over too many times. I generally don't react to these sort of situations that much. I generally don't go out there and get upset with referees, but I've now seen too many times this guy screw us, and I can't handle it. And I can see Brent Smith saying, let's not be Arsenal and blame refs. We should have been 3-0 up before the red. Look, it's not easy to convert every chance against Liverpool. It's not easy. Yeah, we should have, but then that means we should be, converting every single one of our opportunities. We're not going to do that. But the fact that we were up 1-0, we converted from the corner, let's be honest, that probably wasn't even expected in the expected goal section. So we got that goal. And then we were in control. And that red card has changed the game. Yes, it's a penalty, no doubt. But that red card is something, even the pundits are saying that if you look at from a still picture, that's not going to give you the entire scenario. So yeah, man, Anthony Taylor has ruined a very good game, and I hate when referees do that. And in this instance, he had the opportunity to go to VAR and see a clip of how that play transpired. He just looked at a still picture, and I can't believe that he's just made a decision based on a still picture, which is so strange. I mean, Ishan, we'll talk about player analysis very soon, but let's quickly talk about the lineup and how well this 1 point has been for us moving into the international break now. Some of the players can take a bit of a breather. Then again, we've only been playing one game at a week anyway, so it's not like they've been struggling. But for me, the lineup, no complaints. Marcus Alonso starts ahead of Chilwell. I think he deserves to start. He's played again an amazing game. We'll talk about it in the player analysis. Kante came in instead of Kovacic. I think that was very important. Kante was supreme before he got substituted off at halftime due to injury. We will talk about Kante's situation as well, because I think we badly need a midfielder. But that lineup, Ishan, was fine. I was absolutely fine with the lineup. I know a lot of us expected Timo Werner. We should probably talk about Timo Werner as well down the track. But good lineup and a very well-deserved point, man. I don't think Liverpool even deserved a point, and I definitely don't think Liverpool even deserved a win. We get the point, as you said. It's almost like a win for us, because going away from home to Anfield, full capacity stadium, their fans loud, and the way we defended in that second half like a proper beast, animal, absolutely blocked everything, interception, last minute tackle, blocking shots. I mean, Ishan, big point for us, yeah?
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, at the moment where we were 1-up and we were heading into the halftime, I thought we could pull this off. 3 points were in our hands. But after that whole massacre, the whole momentum shifted, and having one man down, it's always difficult at Anfield. The way Liverpool would push, and just a slight gap, you're gone. slight gap, you're gone. And that's exactly I was pointing out at watch along. It was so difficult to see, you know, Mohamed Salah cruise through those gaps. If you know, the last line of defense and the second line of defense had any sort of gap, Mohamed Salah would cruise through that. You know, and that's what I was thinking. You know, they would try to exploit, but what a stunning performance! What a stunning defensive performance! You know, it was. I think so. From, you know, as an overview, this was important from Chelsea's point of view as well.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's a
Yeah,
good reference point that you've done the hard bits. You know how to
yeah,
do the hard bits, and you know, Ishan. If you want to win the Premier League title, you have to come out with these sort of games where you manage a draw. You don't buckle, as you said, that West Brom red card or whatever, and
yeah,
then we buckled. You come out of this situation with a draw. I mean, Ishan, how big is it, bro? Like, from a broader perspective, looking in a 38 game league situation, and if we're going to
yeah,
compete for the Premier League, and this time, Ishan, the Premier League is going to be difficult. Cristiano Ronaldo at Man
yeah,
United, Man City absolutely pumping Arsenal. Liverpool are going to be there as well.
yeah.
These are the points that are going to make the difference.
No, 100%. And just like my friend Shubham says here, that Anfield stopping Liverpool with 10 players was commendable. And that's exactly the benchmark here. You know what I mean? It gives a defensive statement to all the rivals out there. You know, that with 10 men down at Anfield against Liverpool, if we've managed to draw a 1-1 without conceding a goal from an open play against Liverpool, it is maybe the highest spectacle that you can have as defenders. And our defenders today was exceptional. Not just defenders, the midfielders as well. I mean, this puts a statement that you know, we can defend at the extreme level. And like I said at the watch along, miss, this is going to be the extreme amount of pressing that you're going to get.
Yeah.
It was coming on and on and on every second. Mendy, man of the
Yeah.
match performance.
No,
How many saves that
not
guy
many
had?
teams are going to give us that level of pressing. You're right.
Yeah,
Maybe
hundred
Man
percent,
City.
man. Yeah, Man City and Liverpool are the only two teams, maybe in world football, you're gonna say, that are giving you, you know, coming at you every second, every chance that they get.
But you know what, Ishan? We looked comfortable. It's not like we were
Yeah,
suffering. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, 100. I mean, during the later stages of the game, I was worried of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that maybe if the fatigue level comes down for the
But
many
11
players.
v 11, 11 v 11.
Yeah, 100%, man. And this game, I was worried because Marcus Alonso had to do that extra effort. Jorginho had to put up that extra effort. You know, similarly goes with Kovacic, Rudiger. Rudiger, man, he was playing like a two defenders in one. He was
Yeah.
exceptional. He was controlling Mane. He was controlling Jota. Oh my days, Rudiger! Please sign a new contract as soon as possible.
Please
This
sign a
is,
new contract.
yeah, this is the pinnacle of the defending that we can do. And I'm really happy and really confident of the fact that, you know, with that extreme level of attacking, we're not just able to absorb, but also we, you know, managed to create some chances at the second half. That's
Yeah.
that
That
that that was
Lukaku
quite
volley.
surprising.
Remember that
Yeah,
Lukaku
Lukaku's
half
volley.
volley
Yeah,
blocked?
there was Mason Mount.
Kovacic, that Kovacic shot?
Kovacic shot, and also Mason Mount with that pass. I mean, there were maybe
Yeah.
three, four, five chances maybe that we had. You know, wherein maybe if we'd had an extra player at the forefront, we could have done something special there. But you know, having known the fact that we were one man down, you know, it was a difficult scenario. But then yes, like I said, you know, 1-1 with one man down, it's definitely a win for us. And you know, looking that defensive performance, every team would be absolutely terrified. And I could see the happiness in Thomas Tuchel's face when the match finished. The guys
Very happy,
grouped
very
up.
proud, very happy, and
Yeah,
very proud.
the guys grouped up. They were hugging each other. They knew it was a fight. It was a
Yeah.
good fight, and they won that fight. Why? Because they did not concede. They did not lose. It's not an L. It's a draw. And I think so. This is more of a lose for Liverpool,
It
knowing the fact
is.
that they're playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're playing at the
At
home
home with
ground.
a man advantage. It's a
Yeah,
loss for them.
100%, 100%. I mean, we can, you know, we can talk the whole day, commenting about our defenders' effort. But yeah, has been a good show by our defenders, and I'm really confident. I'm not nervous at all for Man City or Man United. I mean, yeah, I hope the injuries concern maybe Kante. I hope he's not serious enough. I mean, he's not serious. He should be back. I hope he does. But yeah, what a performance, man.
100%, man. Ladies and gentlemen, check out this comment here from Declared Petition to ban Anthony Taylor from Chelsea. I've pinned it. Go out there and sign that. Honestly, we should all do that. Brent Smith as well. What a man. Went a man down against a team with a 12th man and a ref that hates us. Still got a result. This team is real and we are still rusty. That was awesome. 100%, man. We've put on a performance, man, and that was definitely well-earned 1 point, undoubtedly. Look at some of these pictures from Chelsea. I mean, these Chelsea players, they know that what a performance we've put on defensively second half. Man down against Liverpool away from home, that's not an easy task. That is not an easy task. And in all honesty, when it was 11 on 11, we should have won. If had it stayed 11 on 11, I can't see how Liverpool would have come back in that match. We were 1-0 up. Liverpool would have pressed, and we might have even got that second goal. So I'm very, very happy that we came away with 1 point. This is a long season, and these 1 points going to mean a lot. Look at this, with us every step of the way. Thanks for your support. Aspilicueta's birthday as well. Happy birthday, Aspilicueta. Thiago Silva, brilliant as well, coming off the bench. Seamless. Kovacic, as Ishan was saying, was another top performer coming off second half when Kante was injured. Look at this. Who do we vote for man of the match? Ishan, who's your man of the match?
I think so. I'll have to give it to Mendy. The saves that he made, for me, it's Mendy, but it's quite hard to choose because, I think so. Rudiger also did a commendable job. He also Aspilicueta. I mean, there are many, but I think so. I'd give this to Mendy because the number of saves that he had.
I think so as well. I mean, in this selection, Mendy, Christensen, Havertz. I mean, he scored the goal, but he's not man of the match, and he was taken off at halftime anyway. Christensen was solid. Aspi definitely made many big time tackles and blocks, but Mendy, of course, all the saves that he's made has to be Mendy. Yeah, there you go, 60% to Mendy. Lacha, let us know who your man of the match was. Shubhamoy is saying Mendy man of the match. 100% Mendy man of the match. Ramanathan is saying Mendy man of the match as well. I mean, let's not talk about the player performances, man. Ishan, let's get deep into this. We'll start from the top. Romelu Lukaku, I mean, look, the match got difficult for him in the second half. I mean, he was all isolated. But if we talk about from the first half and even in the second half, this is what we predicted yesterday anyway, Ishan, that there were instances where he was going to win the challenge against Van Dijk, and there were instances that he wasn't going to win. And there were instances that he was going to win against Matip, and then there were instances that he wasn't going to win. Overall, I thought his movement was brilliant. He got into goal-scoring opportunities as well. Solid performance, man. I feel like very, very good performance. And obviously, this is a tough opponent. So you'll learn from it. And, I'm really looking forward to how he plays in the next match. I believe next up, we've got Aston Villa after this. So I'm really looking forward to this. What do you think about his performance, man?
No, man, I think so. He did what he could do best with this scenario in the second half. Like you said, he was absolutely isolated. But the important thing is that his leadership skills came out, oozing and helped the whole team because he was, he just boosted the whole morale of the team when we were in a vulnerable situation. He also dropped down and he was there, in those situations where he needed to defend and he was there.
Well, also, second half he was very deep. He was very deep.
He was very deep. Also, there were many corners that Liverpool took, and he was there to guard the ball, guard the players. So Lukaku did his job, and attacking wise also, in first half, I think so. I'm happy with the way he created spaces. There were many duels we could see Lukaku versus Van Dijk. There were a couple of instances where we could see Lukaku pass through Van Dijk, and there were a couple of instances where we could see Van Dijk, dominating Lukaku, and that's what we predicted. These both guys are at the top level, and this was a good battle, and it was difficult, to go past each other for both of them. It was difficult, but then yes, as an overall, I'm happy the way Lukaku played, especially in the first half. There were many chances created, like we saw one Mason Mount shot, and one Kai Havertz where he was very well positioned. He was not even offside. He was very well onside, but Kai Havertz could not, just pass him at the right time. Maybe he was searching for a Reece James at the right side. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with Lukaku. Yeah, just like you said, it'll be interesting to see how he, performs against Aston in the next game. So.
Yeah, man. Let's talk a little bit about Timo Werner. By the way, guys, nearly 100 in the stream right now. Smash that like button. Get those likes up to well over 100. I mean, I don't want to say this word. I generally don't swear and whatnot in my channel, but really, Anthony Taylor ruined that match. And the only way he can cheer me up is smash those like button, man. Get those likes up to well over 100 straight away. Get those likes up. And if you for the first time subscribe as well, make sure you subscribe. Ishan, let's talk a little bit about Timo Werner. It's a game that I kind of expected him to play, but he hasn't played.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played in that first match against Palace. I don't think he was that supreme. Yeah, he was. Did he play against Palace? Yeah, he did play against Palace. Yeah, he wasn't that good. He obviously provided that assist for Ziyech in that Villarreal game. Now, Arsenal, he hasn't played. Once again, this one, he hasn't played. I don't know whether I think he's going to see a lot less minutes this season. Obviously now with Lukaku, and it seems like Thomas Tuchel really prefers Havertz and Mount at the moment. I know there will be more games coming up after the international break. There will be Carabao Cup. There's going to be Champions League. There's obviously going to be Premier League, and he will play games. But do you see this guy playing less minutes, I suppose, this season?
Yeah, I think so. This was expected. He was on a man on a ledge. Right from the time that we signed Lukaku, it was difficult for him to make in the team. But we expected Timo Werner to start here because of high lines and then running behind the defense, cutting through the defensive lines. We expected him, but then we cannot complain because Havertz played and then Havertz scored. So. We can't complain a bit. But the thing here is, and the question here is, when will Werner get the chance? And if he gets the chance, will he show those qualities that he lacked last time and really overcome the perception in Thomas Tuchel's mind and maybe again barge into the playing 11? Maybe just time will answer that. But I think so. Werner is to me, it's looking like he'll be be played more in the Carabao Cups and FA Cups initial stages. And if he plays well there, if he gets in goals, that's more importantly. If he gets in goals, I think so. Then only he'll be given a chance in the first playing 11. Or else, again, the situation is difficult. There are many attackers that we have, and in those two double tens, it's very difficult because look at this game. Even Ziyech didn't get a chance where we thought that he could have given a shot at the second half.
Well, the red card changed. Red card changed everything.
Yeah, it did, and it's difficult for Timo Werner. I'm definitely sure he'll get a chance, but the thing is, whenever he gets his chance, he should probably pull his socks up and show something good so that he'll slowly and steadily come into the playing 11. But yes, he's definitely a man on a ledge.
Yeah, man, it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't expect him to leave. I know there's crazy things have happened in the transfer window. We still got a few more days to go. 2 more days to go. Well, 3 including today, because I'm already on Sunday. I know you guys are on Saturday, but yeah, I don't expect him to go, Timo Werner. But craziest stuff has happened in the transfer window. Havertz, as you said, gets that goal. Gives himself that opportunity to start again as soon as the international break happens. I thought before was the red card, and first half Havertz was fine. He was playing really well. We were playing with a lot of confidence. His chemistry with Lukaku and Mason Mount, you can clearly see that these guys have been working really hard in the training ground. So, I've got no issues for Havertz to keep starting. And all this time we kind of thought Timo Werner would start, but Havertz showed that he's very much up for these sort of matches as well against Liverpool, who play a high line. So yeah, very good match for Havertz. Unlucky that we got that red card, and then he was the one who had to be sacrificed. But someone needed to be sacrificed. I mean, for me, it was always going to be Havertz getting sacrificed, right? I mean, Ishan, you wouldn't have expected Mason Mount to go off because without the ball, you do need someone like Mason Mount to make all those runs and run around and intercept, break up the play. I thought Mason Mount had a very good game, but the only issue I have about Mason Mount, Ishan, is it's those key passes. I know he's starting to make more assists, but on a regular basis, that ability to be instinctive with those sort of passes, not be second nature. Like, he shouldn't have to think about it. It should just come naturally to him, those passes. But that's where his improvement needs to happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you've put the nail on the head, but I think so. That's not a concern. That's not a big concern because
Yeah.
that is something he'll learn eventually. And I think so. He's showing positive signs because he's been definitely been improving on that as well. Because if you see a Mount now and maybe 1 year ago in the first season against Lampard with Lampard. He's a totally changed player and a more matured player. He's aware of the situations, he's aware of the players around him. So I think so he's improving, and yes, you're very right of that fact, because we expect highest quality from Mason Mount, and then being the Chelsea's player of the year, we need to expect the highest from him. But I think so this is something he'll learn eventually. Thomas Tuchel is a great manager and great coach. He will learn, and the more he plays with Lukaku, the more these both guys understand each other, along with Havertz and maybe a Pulisic or a Ziyech, whoever these guys play together. The understanding is going to grow, and I'm not absolutely not worried about that. That this comes with more of match experience and more chemistry. The more they play, the more he's going to get better. But the thing is, I don't want a big chance to go away because of that in these big games. That's where he needs to step up and maybe create something out of absolute nothing. So, but then yes, at the end of the day, I'm not worried about that. He should be. And after this season ends with the whole one season against with Thomas Tuchel, with proper starting and then proper shuffling and all those stuff, he'll be a better player than this.
No, for sure, man. Agreed. Brent Smith is saying he's like most young attackers. Final third decision is his weakest part in his game. Yeah. And, look, there are youngsters out there that have this talent from the get-go, but then there are youngsters that eventually develop into that. And that's fine. There's so many facets of Mason Mount that are so fantastic. And this is one I've got no doubt eventually he will make it happen. Ishan, let's talk about N'Golo Kante, man, because I feel like he was amazing. He was amazing up until he got injured. And then obviously halftime he got taken off. But I have to say, we need a backup for him, man. We definitely need a backup for him. And I feel like the right backup for him is Tchouaméni. We need to go out there and get Tchouaméni. I know a lot of people talking about Saul, but I'm not really sure what the situation is with Saul. Apparently he's done a U-turn. Apparently he's going to Man United. I don't know. Man United, they've already bought Ronaldo. I know they're looking for a midfielder, but do they still have all that money to splash? I want us to really go out there and just buy Tchouaméni now. Like, they're out of the Champions League. They're not in the Champions League. Tchouaméni can play the Kante role, can destroy the play, very good on the ball, can play as a sitting midfielder, deep-lying midfielder, can be box-to-box. I mean, there's a serious concern now with Kante. I don't know. Now we've got the international break, so he may come back all fit, but it's that ankle, man. I know it was a heavy fall. He fell into that ankle. Very, very unfortunate, but these sort of things can happen in football. And if you keep getting injured off the back of it, it will be a concern for us because we are then left with Jorginho and Kovacic. How important is it to ensure, Ishan, that before this transfer window closes, that we get a midfielder?
Yeah, it is important, man. And I'm not sure where we're heading with this Saul deal and a Tchouaméni deal right now. But it seems like if we get a Koundé, he might get a go in the midfield. He just might. In these cases where, we need a player who can actually command defensively, we might need a Koundé in the midfield as well if we sign a Koundé. But the thing is, it's such a dilemma again that Gilmore might will be coming in the next season, and just like you say, that we need to have a plan for Gilmore as well, because he's going to have a full season and he's definitely going to improve the way Norwich is playing today as well. It was quite good the way he played. I was really happy. So yeah, it's just a dilemma about uh, Gilmore, I think so. That maybe Chelsea are thinking about that Saul deal. That's why I was trying to talk about the Saul deal with that perspective, that maybe Saul is not the best that we'd want, because Xiaomeni is definitely making more sense at this point of time. But the thing
Yeah.
is, maybe the thing is we might need Saul on a loan for this year, just to be a quick fix at that position, and we definitely need a quick fix at that position, because the player who'd come in here as a double pivot would definitely be a replacement or a rotational player. He's not going to be barged into the playing 11, definitely not, because we've got Jorginho, Kante, and also Kovacic who rotates, right? Now the thing is, just like now, where Kante is being vulnerable and he's getting prone to injuries more, that's exactly we need when we need the fourth player, and then he's going to come and be a quick fix for the this season only.
Yeah.
That's where next season, when this guy, maybe Saul, if his loan deal finishes, he goes off back to Atletico, and then a Billy Gilmore comes back to become a better player, and be that regular rotational player. So that's where I thought that the Saul deal made sense. And Romano also confirmed that Chelsea were strictly looking for a loan deal and not a buying option, not to trigger the buying option,
Yeah.
and that was quite clear from Chelsea. And maybe that's why the deal is getting stuck somewhere in between. But the thing here is, just like you said, we are lacking a midfielder. We are heavily lacking a midfielder now, knowing the fact that Kante might get injured anytime, anywhere, and we've got no options, and we have the risk now of burning out Jorginho and Kovacic. So we definitely need one midfielder, and we might maybe sign a Kunde and then try to play him, or maybe a Chalobah, just like today we saw Chalobah coming on and playing in the midfield, right?
By the way, what do you think about Chalobah? I thought quite
Yeah,
interesting at the end. Made some really important interception, some last minute tackles as well. That header clearance. I mean, it's giving me indication that if we don't get someone in midfield, which I hope we do,
yeah,
and this comment here from Declan in Ireland, yep, we can't rely on Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Ampadu as cover for Kante
no
this
ways,
season.
no
Look,
ways.
I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Ampadu, they're going to go on a loan. I know they were in the squad, but they're not
Yeah,
going to play. They're simply not
no,
going to play.
they're not good enough, man. They're not good enough.
And yeah, perhaps they're not good enough for the European champions.
Yeah.
But Ishan, what do you think? I mean, if we don't get a midfielder, looks like Ampadu, Chalaba is he may get some odd minutes in the midfield. I know that's not preferred, but he may get those
Yeah.
odd minutes.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if we can say this by today's change, because
True,
today's
true.
change was absolutely, an
Out of the
accident.
ordinary. Yeah, it was out of
We
the
did
ordinary.
not, we did not guess that at all, and
Yeah.
that was definitely not planned. It was out of nowhere. So, today was just a surprising circumstance that we had to play Chalobah in the midfield, but that's not going to be the case every time. Maybe Chalobah might have had his go in the midfield, but majority of the part of the time he was there in the centre backs with the centre halves as well. So I'm not sure if Thomas Tuchel would do that, because Thomas Tuchel came out in an interview and he said it clearly that he does not want and does not envy Chalobah in midfield and double pivot position. He said clearly that he's seen him, and Chalobah has proved Thomas Tuchel proved himself in this back three, and he would prefer him in the back three as well and not in the midfield. It was quite clearly mentioned. So maybe I'm not sure if we might sign a Kunde, we might put a
You're on mute.
or for how long I was on mute.
Just last probably 30 seconds.
Oh my days, man. What did I say
Just
last?
repeat it again. You were
Yeah,
saying that just by one match, the Chalaba thing.
yeah. So that's what I was saying. That Thomas Tuchel clearly mentioned that Chalobah is not going to be playing at the midfield, because he's proven his part in the centre backs, centre halves, and he's definitely proven there to be better, and he's going to play there. Maybe Kunde comes in and tries to have his go in the midfield position, but then it's difficult now. But the thing I was saying is, if Saul comes in now as a lone guy, maybe I think so that would make sense, because as a quick fix it would make definitely a sense, because next year we're getting Gilmore back, and maybe next year we might go on and buy a Xiaomeni for more cheaper rate, or maybe a Declan Rice for a more cheaper rate. That's a possibility, right? So maybe Chelsea's trying to keep that door open, and maybe this season it's still a question mark. Maybe we sign a Kunde and try to fill him in as a rotational player in the double pivot sometimes. But yeah, at this point of time, we're definitely in the scarcity of one midfield.
Breaking news: Zouma has now been confirmed that he's left.
Yeah.
I just got that notification from Fifth Stand app. Let's see if Chelsea's tweeted anything. Because if Fifth Stand app has done it, then I'm sure Chelsea would have tweeted as well. Well, not yet. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news: Zouma leaves Chelsea for West Ham. Kurt Zouma's 7.5-year Chelsea career is at an end after the defender today completed a permanent move to West Ham. Zouma leaves Stamford Bridge having made 151 appearances for the Blues and scored 10 goals. His last game was our UEFA Super Cup success, one of 5 trophies he won during this time. Chelsea director Maria Granovskaya said, Kurt Zouma joined us as a young player and has been a part of so many important moments. He showed incredible strength of character to return from a very serious injury in 2016, and he has always been extremely popular character in the dressing room. We thank him for his contribution on and off the pitch for Chelsea and wish him the very best in the next stages of his career. We obviously knew that was coming. Wish him all the best for West Ham. I think he's going to a fantastic club in West Ham. West Ham are doing a bit of a madness over there. I know they had a draw against Crystal Palace today, but fantastic game from West Ham, to be honest. But yeah, getting back to this, declared it's a hard game to judge Chalobah. We was there to do a role that was pretty much like a CB. Yeah, you're right, man. At the end of the day, it was pretty much like a CB. Jorginho for me was fantastic. Kovacic, we've already mentioned, off the bench was brilliant, no doubt about that. Soaked up all the pressure. Whenever he got the opportunity to drive, he drove. So he looked, for me, he was good. Let's talk a little bit about Rudiger, man. I mean, Ishan Rudiger for me. Actually, before Rudiger, let's talk about Alonso. Once again, so much disrespect for Alonso, but tell me if he suffered one bit. I don't think Salah had any sort of advantage over him. I don't think Trent Alexander-Arnold had any advantage over him. I mean, this is what I've been saying, that you need to understand how Thomas Tuchel sets up our players. Thomas Tuchel knows their limitation, but he sets up in a manner where they're not exposed. So, once again, Alonso had a very good game, played the whole 90 minutes. We didn't see even Chilwell. It looked like he was tiring at the end because of all the hard work that he was doing. Amount of interceptions, blocking, the runs he was making forward as well. Build up, he was important from the left side. I mean, this guy is now a serious competition for Chilwell. He's a serious competition. I mean, Ishan, what do you have to say about his performance, man?
3 matches, 3 outstanding performances. How are you going to make this guy sit? And how are you going to, play Chilwell? It's just, again, I would repeat the same thing. It would be harsh on Marcos Alonso to bench him the next match. And I know, the live chat will be flooded with Chilwell spamming to start for the next game as well. But on what basis? On what basis? When this man is giving his heart out in the left wing back position. Look, today, people were afraid. Salah and his speed. What happened? Did Salah score a worldie? The hell no. He was there in his pocket. And not just Mohamed Salah. It was Diogo Jota also, with his surprising aerial ability that Marcos Alonso had to, come out of nowhere and head those ball off with his own aerial ability. Marcos Alonso played exceptionally well again. And how many times that we've said that, If he's having a good run, he needs to keep that momentum going. If he's doing that against Liverpool, wow. I mean, what else, right? The thing here is, let's talk about the performance of Alonso. First half, he was quite confident. Just apart from one, maybe you counted me that on the watch along itself, that apart from one ball being getting just one occasion where he was dispossessed, apart from that, he was absolutely flawless for the whole first half. And then, first half was done. Second half, we had that red card massacre, and then in the second half, his work rate was doubled. Why? Because Reece James got red carded. We were bombarded with attacks, Liverpool attacks every second of the minute, and Marcus Alonso's work rate was doubled there. He was made to do more work than he's supposed to do, because the bombardation of the attacks was so much that he had to control Salah, he had to control Jota, and maybe some midfielders as well. So his work rate doubled, and the fatigue, just showed, right? And it was
100%,
the
man.
ending stages of the game, during maybe 75 minutes or 80 minutes, that you know I thought that he was getting slow, and that was concerning me. Aerially, he was still strong, very very strong, but maybe it was just the fatigue, because he worked out so hard in the second half, trying to resist all the attacks from Liverpool, because we were one man down. It really maybe took a toll on his fatigue, and I thought maybe we could just introduce a Chilwell there, so that just for the sake of fresh legs, maybe. But then again, he did really really well, and I'm so happy for Marcus Alonso. He's become a more reliable now, also defensively, because today it was more show of a defensive gameplay than an attacking gameplay. So I mean, yeah, 100%, and a 10 out of 10 for Marcus Alonso.
Yeah, man. I mean, here's the confirmation. I mean, I've just read it out from the fifth stand a moment ago anyway, but Chelsea admin from Football Twitter has just tweeted that out, that Kurt Zouma to West Ham is now finished and finalised. Jules is saying Alonso is ahead of Chile by a mile at this point. I wouldn't say by a mile. At the end of the day, see, this is the thing. I don't want to be reactionary. Let's not forget that Chilwell was the number one left back for us last season. We can't forget the quality of Chilwell. So I'm not going to say ahead by a mile. He is providing good competition for Chilwell. I have no doubts that Chilwell will be back and will be the starting left wing back for Chelsea Football Club very, very soon. Very soon. But at the moment, Alonso is a proper competition for Chilwell. And Chilwell will have to work hard. And this is fantastic. You need, for every position, solid competition. And people that have been disrespecting Alonso, you really need to see how he's been playing. You laughed when we played against Arsenal and you said, oh, Pepe is going to destroy him. Pepe did nothing. You laughed when he's been put on against Liverpool and you thought that Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold was going to destroy him. Once again, he did not get destroyed one bit. If anything, the opposition had nothing on us, to be honest. Absolutely had nothing on us. So I won't be surprised if we continue on with Alonso in the next match against Aston Villa. But at the same time, I won't be surprised if Chilwell comes in now. Because sooner or later, we will see Chilwell come in. And you will then all start saying how good Chilwell is. so it's once again one of those situations with our fan base, out of sight, out of mind. When they're not there, we forget how good they are. So yes, I appreciate everything Alonso is doing, and he's a fantastic competition, and he deserves to keep starting. But don't be surprised when Chilwell comes in and takes over, because he's quality. Chilwell is quality. Let's not forget what he did last season for us. Let's talk a little bit about Rudiger. I thought he was fantastic, Ishan. Once again, I can't recall any sort of mistakes from him. Another big performance defensively, second half. We needed him to defend really well. And he covers for Alonso very, very well. You know, when Alonso bombs up, he's there to ensure that he's covering for him. And I love his attitude and his aggression. When there was that brawl that was happening, Rudiger was there. trying to protect his teammate. I mean, fantastic performance from Rudiger, man, again. And for me, he's undoubtedly one of the best defenders in the Premier League. I know people talk about Van Dijk, people talk about Ruben Diaz, but they need to start respecting Rudiger a lot, don't you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, what can I say about Rudiger? This guy defended, especially in the second half. This guy defended like two defenders in one. He was commendable, man. Absolutely outstanding. The way our whole back line can rely on Rudiger and he can take the responsibility with full heart is absolutely amazing. He's another leader in the squad, and he's so important to us, especially when we were in the tough times after that red card. The way he commanded the game after that defensively was absolutely commendable. I think so. We're thankful of the fact that we have leaders, individual leaders at the back line with Rudiger, Aspilicueta, Thiago Silva. Now even up top we've got Lukaku with a great leader. We've got Jorginho. Andres Christensen is turning out to be a different beast every time he plays. He's very solid, and also Rudiger gives that stability to Andres Christensen to perform more freely. You know what I mean? He has Andres Christensen has a backup there, a good backup with Antonio Rudiger, and Christensen does play more freely when he has that backup. And I mean, it's so important for our whole squad. He's definitely one of the best defenders in world football right now, and every game he plays, he has his mark. I think so. He's also one of the shouts for man of the match for today.
Yeah, man, for sure. One of the shouts for man of the match. I can't believe he wasn't even there in that Chelsea man of the match. It was
Yeah.
Aspilicueta, Christensen, Havertz. Probably should have been Rudiger there as well. Zach Zeldin, Tony Hitman, Rudiger should have won UEFA Defender of the Year over that fraud Diaz that Havertz and Werner tore to shreds. I mean, look, I think at the end of the day, Diaz had a full season. Rudiger came in half the season when Thomas Tuchel came in. But I think this season, if Rudiger continues this way, which he has been, there'll be no stopping Rudiger. He'll win that particular award next season. Obviously, hopefully that we win some silverware, and then he should definitely be in the conversation. Aspilicueta, Christensen, brilliant as well. Christensen, another proper performance. I think we said this in the watch along, Ishan, that I feel like a lot of the fan base that were expecting to see Thiago Silva a lot more, but I think we have to probably understand we're going to see Christensen a lot more, and Thiago Silva is really going to be the rotational guy who'll come in, and that kind of makes sense to me in the sense that Christensen is the long-term, defender. Thiago Silva, we need him for his experience. We need him, that presence in the locker, in the dressing room. But yeah, man, Christensen has been immense. And as soon as Thiago Silva came on as well, like, he looked very good too, the way he was defending. I mean, what do you think about Christensen being the long-term sort of defender, and then Thiago Silva being sort of the rotational guy?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe, if I'm not wrong, it's just about to be announced that he's extended his contract, and
Yep.
backdoors. The thing is done. So it's a good thing that we've extended his contract, because after Thomas Tuchel came, this guy has developed immensely. I mean, he's exponentially improved after Thomas Tuchel came in, and this back three works like a gem for him. Andres Christensen is born to be a back three defender. It seems like he's playing back three for his national squad. Whenever he plays back three in Chelsea, his just defending ability, takes a different level. I don't see that in Christensen in a back four, to be very honest. I think so. He resists or maybe hesitates a little bit in a back four, but in back three, when he knows the fact that he's got a backup centre back behind him, he plays with full might and then with full flair, and that's where his confidence come up to. So Christensen, even today, what a game that he had. I mean, amazing with so many tackles, and especially during the in the first half, he had a brilliant sliding tackle that just washed away Sadio Mane. And I absolutely love that. What a guy! Definitely one of the prospects for us in the future. Like you said, Thiago Silva probably. I mean, most definitely is going to be his last season here at Chelsea, and then maybe next year is going to be Christensen. Holding that central position, central center half position. So yeah, if for long term, he's good. He's very good option for us, and also he's a very very good ball playing defender as well. So that adds up to the qualities that he has. So he's on a different level, man. Christensen, I'm so happy, and it was very important, for us to maintain that back three, keep playing that back three in this season as well, in order to bring out the best of Rudiger, Christensen as well, because these two are the pioneers of our defense. Even the last season when we won the Champions League, he was the pioneer of our, these two were the pioneer of our defense. So yeah, man, 100%. And I think so. I'm happy for the fact that he's signed his new contract.
Yeah, man. It's very imminent. I don't think he's exactly signed, but it's very imminent that he will.
Yeah, very imminent. Yeah.
Aspilicueta was fantastic as well in defense overall.
Yeah.
Proper captains. Not and Mendy sensational. To be honest, Mendy was absolutely sensational. Several shots in the second half that he had to make big saves. Corners he had to come out and pluck it out and clear all of that situation. Obviously, he ended up getting the man of the match as well from a Chelsea point of view. And I think overall he was the man of the match anyway. What a gift this particular goalkeeper has been for us. And I think he's by far one of the best goalkeepers in world football right now. And his distribution is underrated. The way he plays with the ball now is very underrated. He's a key component for us from building up from the back. Not much like Ederson. Ederson is probably a lot more superior in terms of ball playing, but Ederson is a bit erratic at times. And someone like Mendy, the way he's doing his sweeper keeping as well is very, very effective. Sometimes we're pushing up our defense and Mendy is sweeping it up at the back, which was very, very crucial. Let's talk about the final. Let's wrap things up with this particular review. Ishan, overall, I'm very happy with the 1 point, man. And yes, it's the international break. Everyone can get some break. And I'm certain we're going to come out of the break and we're going to take the Premier League, take it by the scruff of the neck. We've got a lot of matches that's going to start happening after the break as well. Carabao Cup, Champions League is going to start, Premier League again. Very happy that we showed immense defensive quality today, especially in the second half, and didn't lose that. Got the 1 point. And over the long period, these are the matches that we need to, where it looks like maybe we'll lose, that we end up getting a draw, and maybe sometimes we'll hopefully get the draws and make it into a win. Overall, what's your thoughts, Ishan?
Yeah, this was a huge win in terms of, psychologically, it was a huge win for us. Maybe we just got a 1 point out of this game, but psychologically, it was a huge win. At Anfield, one man down at halftime, with 1-1, and that relentless Liverpool attack. If you manage to just defend the whole second half with all those relentless Liverpool attack, and you manage a 1-1 draw out of it, it is a psychological win for you. And the opponents and the other rivals should be shaking right now, because the amount of defensive stability that we've shown in this match, especially in the second half, it is absolutely commendable. And the way we played, it showed the number of leaders that we have. They're really playing a part in this team, because we're not shaking a bit, even with that red card, even with that maybe that wrong decision, that maybe injustice that we had. We did not shake, and we kept defending our hearts out. Maybe we could have. We all can argue the fact that Mason Mount could have done better, Kai Havertz could have done better, Lukaku could have done better. I knew the fact that the day we get, Lukaku does not score a goal, people will come out and say, I would have preferred Haaland over Lukaku. Stop it. It's just a 1 draw.
It's Liverpool as well, man.
It is just good. Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, the impatience level is way up there, and I think so. We all need to keep patient. We've not even lost, and you guys are, I mean, shitting your pants off. Don't do that. It is a good performance. We all should be proud of the performance that the boys have put up in the pitch. And Thomas Tuchel was absolutely delighted with this draw because this was important, not to drop a point. These are the games where we should not drop a point. Those games where we should be winning, and if those are the games where we are dropping points, that's a bad thing. But these are the games where we might not be the favorites to win, especially after the first half, whatever happened, we might not be the favorites to win. But even if we then pulled out a 1 point, that is 100% acceptable. And I think so we should believe in all the players that we have. These guys are not bunnies. They've won Champions League for us, and even one bad performance should not shake anything. Stop all those Mason Mount agendas. Kai Havertz, stop it. Nobody is better than no one here. We all are equal here. It's Chelsea Football Club. We are here to win things together, and nobody's going out. Doesn't matter how much talks goes on in this live chat or any live chat. Nobody's going out. Everybody has to play together, and we've been playing together well. With the champions of Europe, and we've played very well today. So there's no way of pointing fingers out to anybody. Everybody needs time, and as time progresses, we're going to get better every single day. So from today, I think so it was a huge psychological victory for us.
Absolutely agreed with everything that you said, Ishan. Bang on. Gaurav saying, Matt Law reporting, we completed the Zouma deal for 29.8 million. That's good. I like that. 29.8 million pounds. That's very, very good business. Declared saying how we can go to bed after this. Miz still fuming about Taylor, but at least a bit at ease. We held for a draw, 100%. My man, we need to get some sleep. So go and get some sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Big point that we got. Yes, Anthony Taylor. What do you do? It is what it is. But I'm very proud of the team. Very, very proud of how we defended. Very proud of how we got that 1 point away from home. Now we've got the international break. We've got the transfer window where we need to do some business. Hopefully we get Jules Koundé. Hopefully we get a midfielder. We'll see what happens once we come back from the international break, where it's going to get very, very tasty. Guys, let's try and get to 100 likes. We're literally 24 likes away from 100 likes. Let's get there as soon as possible. We still got over 100 people live, so let's do that right away. Get those likes up to 100. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Arsenal's in the mud. They got hammered, so let's be happy about that.
Wow.
We got a good draw against Liverpool away from home. I'm pretty sure they'll be very upset with that. But, we had it been 11v11, they probably would have lost. And then, tomorrow we've got Man United. Let's see what happens. Ronaldo in Man United, I don't think he'll start, but who knows? He's confirmed already. So we'll see if he does start. It's an amazing comeback. And we'll talk a lot about Ronaldo down the track during the week. So, until next time, everyone, have a very, very good day, evening, morning, night, wherever you are. Until next time. See ya.